Hello everyone, this is Maurice Kane from the City of David and from mauricelevels.com. This video is a follow-up to a series of videos posted on rapture dreams. And in this installment, I would like to add something that I think could have been also pertinent from my previous video. So certain people had received dreams in which they were given the mark of the beast. Literally, they have received the mark of the beast, they have experienced it in their dreams. They could actually feel it on their hands and also on their forehead. They could actually feel that they were given the mark of the beast. And I did mention in my previous video what it would mean for themselves. Now, what I would like to actually just reiterate or repeat is that if you have received a dream like that, yes, it's fine if you want to share it, and we thank you for sharing it. But I would actually suggest that you check yourself out again to see if there are any particular sin that could actually make you miss the rapture, or that could actually lead you into a circumstance where you will take the mark of the beast in the future. Now, there are two things also that such dream could also mean. A dream in which somebody is taking the mark of the beast would mean that that person needs to check two important elements in their lives: their faith in God and their love toward God. That person needs to check out those two elements. Before I carry on, I would like to actually just give you a reminder of what the mark of the beast means. The mark of the beast will be a mark that will be given, that will be like forced onto people, and without that mark, people will be excluded from the economic system. So whoever takes the mark of the beast will be included in the economic system. That person will be able to buy, to sell, to do business, and all those other things. But those who refuse the mark of the beast will be killed or decapitated. So what I want to say is, first of all, if you find yourself in a situation where you've been taking the mark of the beast in your dream, it could also be an indication that you have more faith in the system of the world than in God. Okay? What I understand is that people will be taking the mark of the beast so quick without thinking twice. They will be taking it so quick because one of the reasons is because they won't have faith that God can actually sustain them without the mark of the beast. They won't have faith that God will be able to sustain them or to keep them. That's one element. That's one of the reasons. And during that time, there will be so much turmoil in the world. It will be so well organized and orchestrated by the dark force, so that they will be able to convince many people to take it so quick. People will be living in fear, and when they will be presented the mark of the beast, the presentation will be coming with threats as well, death threats. So it's not going to be an easy thing. And at that moment, somebody will need to have the faith to believe that God can sustain them, or the faith to believe that there is a better world if they will be presented with death in front of them. There is a better world after death. So receiving a dream where you are taking the mark of the beast could be an indication that your level of faith toward God is so low that your level of faith toward the system of the world is too high, and you need to check out that area in your life. That's very important. The second element that I would really want you to check if you have received such a dream is your love toward God. If somebody will take the mark of the beast so quick, it will also mean that the person has too much of love for the things of the world, for the system of the world. For example, I know deeply that many people will just take the mark of the beast simply because they still want to be able to go to the movies. Now think of it. What kind of love is it for the world that somebody will be able to take the mark of the beast just for the sake of going to a restaurant or to go to the movies? What kind of love and dedication is it that people would have toward the world to actually get to that point and to that level? But those who really love God and those who have placed God above everything, those who do not have idols will be able to resist and say no when they be presented with the mark of the beast. So having a dream in which you are receiving the mark of the beast could be an indication that your love for God is actually so low that you have so many idols in your life. Those idols could be the system of the world, the things that are going on in the world. Some people are so invested in this world that during that time, during that terrible season that is coming upon the world, they will just run and rush to take the mark of the beast so quick, because they have so much of investment in this world, and because they have so many idols in this world. So check yourself out when it comes to the idols that you may have. An idol basically is anything or anyone that is more important than God. One of the advice I give to people to check or to know if they have an idol is when that thing or that person does not allow them to actually do the will of God. That's a very, very good test to know if you have an idol. And if that person or that thing does not permit you, or you think that thing or that person influences you not to do the will of God, it means that that thing or that person is an idol, and that it has, or he or she has taken a level of power that is above God. And that's one of the ways to know actually that you have an idol. Now, for you to be able to really practice your love toward God, it's not just enough to say, Lord, Lord, I love you. Okay, that's really not the sufficient way to manifest your love toward God. It's good, it's great, yeah, but it's not always true. I'll give you an example. There are couples who are married, and one of the spouse can keep telling the other spouse that I love you, baby, I love you, baby. In the meantime, they can be cheating on them. You see, love is not just about what you say, but it's also about what you do. It's not about saying you love somebody, but you must also do love the person as well. And in John 14:23, Jesus himself said that those who love him will obey his teachings. Okay, so one of the ways to really practice your love toward God is to really practice his teaching, to really obey his instructions, to really follow through to what he says. And that's how you can basically practice and really augment and increase and practice that love that you have for God. That's very, very important. So again, I repeat, if you have seen a dream in which you are receiving the mark of the beast on you, whether it's on your forehead, on your hand, it is actually a signal in which you should definitely check your faith in God and your love toward God. Okay? So I have so many other teachings that I'm giving, very, very deep teachings that I'm giving on various subjects of faith. Please check out the link to my website and subscribe by email. There are certain things we can't really say on this platform, but I go even deeper on my emails. So please follow through, click like this video, and see you in my next video. God bless you.